you for joining me for the Creativity Product Training. My name's Susan Reed. Here's my email address. Here's my phone if you need to text me if you have any questions after this training is over. When students are referred for TAG, we test 4 areas: mental ability, achievement, motivation, and creativity. We're going to talk today about creativity. Creative thinking is what you do when you're confronted with a problem with no known solution. One instrument we use to measure a student's creative thinking is the Torrance Test of Creative Thinking, or the TTCT. When a student has a valid score, meaning their score is less than 2 years old, but it's not a qualifying score, meaning that score that's less than 2 years old, it does not meet the 90th percent that is required to meet the criteria for creativity, then we have a second instrument that we can use: the creativity product. The creativity product is administered in the classroom. It is part of your regular classroom, daily classroom activities, and it will be different than your regular curriculum, but you treat it like it's just an activity that you had planned that day. It's just something that you're going to do in your regular classroom. You don't call it a tag activity, you don't call it a test, you don't call it a test for tag or a tag test. It's just a regular activity. It's not timed. Students will probably take about 20 to 30 minutes, but if they take more time and they're engaged and they're working and they're focused, then let them have more time. They'll probably do very well if they're working. The activity is scripted. You'll get teacher instructions, and you'll have a part that says "say to the students," and it'll be in bold and italics, and you read those instructions verbatim. The materials are treated with security. The materials are distributed throughout the county and used by teachers for this same purpose throughout the county for more than 1 year. So we have to keep these materials secure. They cannot be published or used for other activities in your class. So we keep the materials secure. It is not a test. It is not timed, but it is scripted and it is treated with security. When the students are finished with their products, we use a blind scoring process to evaluate their work and give them a score. You'll conduct a warm-up with your students to encourage elaboration and originality. Some things you can say to encourage elaboration: make your work as complete as possible. Keep adding new ideas to your first idea. To encourage originality, you can say things like, make your work as interesting as possible. Try to think of things that no one else will think of. You may do whatever you want to do. The right answer is the one you think of. All of these things are perfectly fine to say during your warm-up and also during the test. You are also encouraged to be a scribe for students who do not spell well or do not write legibly. This is not a handwriting evaluation. This is not a spelling evaluation. So if a student's titles are illegible or otherwise unreadable, feel free to scribe for those students. The activity you're going to conduct with your class is called Alphabet Animals. It will give students a chance to demonstrate their analytical thinking, their perspective, and their advanced language skills. The scorers will use a rubric and assess each area listed on the criteria. These criteria are explained in your teacher instructions. The materials that you'll need as a teacher are the letter C PDF, which I will email to you, dry erase markers or whatever kind of markers you use on your screen, and your projector hooked up to your laptop. The students will need simply their pencils and a set of letters. Copies have been made, so you'll just be ready to distribute those. To prepare for the activity, you'll prepare for a whole class administration. So our rooms are small, so you'll probably want to use your test blockers. You need to encourage originality. That means your own ideas. And since the students' desks are often located so closely to each other, I know they're used to using the test blockers, so something to keep them with their eyes on their own paper is very helpful. If more than one student has the same ideas, the scorers don't know whose idea it was, and nobody can get credit for it, even if it's a great idea. So let's use those test blockers. Plan for about 20 to 30 minutes. The students only use pencil, and they should write their first and last name, their homeroom, and their date on the cover sheet only. You'll do the demonstration with the students. You'll either draw or project the letter C up on the board. You'll follow the script and your teacher instructions, and you'll demonstrate. An animal that starts with the letter C is a cat, and I can make this C look like a cat, basically, but follow the script. You'll complete the activity by distributing the students' packets and read the script and follow the instructions. Give the students the instructions that are in your script. During student work time, you'll walk around. You can say some of those things to encourage elaboration and originality. Don't give them any ideas, of course, but you can say any of those things to encourage them to do their best work. When the lesson is over, you'll collect all the materials. Nothing will be destroyed, displayed, or distributed and sent home. All of the materials will be returned. So you'll collect everything, put it back in the folder. Everything I gave to you, you'll give back to me. Thank you so much for helping identify new tag students. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you.